Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources.
Washington Post World, October 25, 12:01 America, New York. Hurricane Rick heads for landfall on Mexico's southern coast. A slightly strengthened and compact Hurricane Rick is closing in on Mexico's southern Pacific coast, heading toward a predicted landfall late Monday morning amid warnings of potential flash floods in the coastal mountains. Washington Post World, October 25, 12:01 America, New York. The climate catastrophe is here, whether governments face it or not. Reports from U.S. federal agencies underscore the gravity of the planetary crisis, even as governments struggle to muster a strong collective response ahead of a major international climate summit. Washington Post World, October 25, 7:13 America, New York. Israel oaks 1,300 settlement homes, testing fragile coalition. A senior Israeli minister has spoken out against a government decision to advance construction of more than 1,300 housing units in West Bank settlements, exposing disagreements between the country's ideologically divided coalition members.
BBC News World, October 25, 7:09 America, New York. Forced to sell my baby, Afghan families face extreme poverty. The humanitarian crisis in Afghanistan could cost millions of lives if aid is not provided, the UN warns.
Washington Post World, October 25, 7:09 America, New York. Spanish volcano more active, spews, giant lava fountain. Officials say a volcano erupting for the past 5 weeks on the Spanish island of La Palma is more active than ever.
October 25, 7:06 America, New York. Facebook has known it has a human trafficking problem for years. It still hasn't fully fixed it. Embargoed for Monday, 10/25, 7 a.m. Eastern Time.
RT World News, October 25, 7:03 America, New York. Military fires, live bullets, at protesters backing civilian government, Information Ministry says, after forces stage coup. Tens of thousands have taken to streets in Sudan's capital Khartoum and the city of Omdurman, after troops arrested the prime minister in a coup. The Ministry of Information claims troops have fired on pro-government protesters. New York Times World News, October 25, 7:01 America, New York. Tensions between Sudan's military and civilian leaders had been growing. Civilians were set to rule the country for the first time in more than 3 decades. But the military was concerned about losing power. Sudanese protesters passed a military vehicle in 2019.
October 25, 7:01 America, New York. Facebook knew it was being used to incite violence in Ethiopia. It did little to stop the spread, documents show. Facebook employees repeatedly sounded the alarm on the company's failure to curb the spread of posts inciting violence in at-risk countries like Ethiopia, where a civil war has raged for the past year, internal documents seen by CNN show.
Time, October 25, 7 o'clock America, New York. The Safe Supply movement aims to curb drug deaths linked to the opioid crisis. On a morning Zoom call, a group of Canadian mothers give their full attention to a young man from the Drug User Liberation Front. At 26, Jeremy Calicum is the age some of their kids would be if they had not died of accidental overdoses.
Washington Post World, October 25, 6:59 America, New York. Canary Islands. Child dies after urgent migrant boat rescue. Emergency agencies in Spain's Canary Islands say a child who was among dozens of migrants rescued from a boat drifting in the Atlantic Ocean has died. New York Times World News, October 25, 6:44 America, New York. Picking their fights. Creating temporary government programs could have big political benefits for Democrats. The U.S. Capitol building.
October 25, 6:34 America, New York. The world's most alarming airplane landings. When an airport was built on the mid-Atlantic island of St. Helena, above, it was initially dubbed the world's most useless airport. That's because wind shear on the cliffside runway initially made it dangerous to land.
PowerPost, October 25, 6:24 America, New York. Inside Freme's fight to kill Democrats' drug pricing plan. For months, the pharmaceutical industry has waged a multi-million-dollar lobbying campaign designed to keep Democrats' sweeping drug price proposal out of their massive childcare, Healthcare and Climate Change Bill.
RT World News. October 25, 6:19 America, New York. State of emergency declared in Sudan. Government dissolved after military coup and PM arrest. The head of Sudan's ruling council, Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, has announced the dissolution of the Transitional Sovereign Council and the government, enacting a state of emergency amid a military coup after PM's arrest.
October 25, 6:13 America, New York. Start memorializing COVID-19's victims now. The United States is approaching a tragic milestone, 750,000 American deaths caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. As the toll has mounted, it has seemed harder for Americans to take stock of what these deaths mean. October 25, 6:10 America, New York. Why Russian and Chinese warships teaming up to circle Japan is a big deal. A joint Chinese and Russian naval exercise, in which a flotilla of 10 warships completed a near circle around Japan's main island, has been touted by the two countries as a means of ensuring stability in a volatile region.
Fox World News. October 25, 6:09 America, New York. Failed escapes at Kabul airport led to living nightmares for these Afghans in hiding. The last 96. Afghans describe their experiences as they tried to escape Afghanistan through the Kabul airport and their lives hiding from the Taliban after failing to flee.
October 25, 6 o'clock America, New York. PayPal says it's not looking to buy Pinterest. PayPal is not looking to buy Pinterest, the digital payments company said Sunday, following reports that it was exploring yet another big-ticket acquisition.
Mirror World News. October 25, 5:57 America, New York. World's most feared drug lord captured in raid on jungle hideout that killed one cop. The world's most feared drug lord Dairo Antonio Usuga has been captured in a daring armed raid on his heavily guarded jungle compound and was the result of an intense 5-year operation in Colombia.
RT World News. October 25, 5:47 America, New York. Container ship fire that sent toxic gas billowing into the air in British Columbia. Stabilized, Canadian Coast Guard. A blaze that erupted on the Malta-flagged MV Zim Kingston ship on Saturday morning has been stabilized, the Canadian Coast Guard announced. Containers carrying hazardous material had caught fire, sending toxic gas into the air.